Fast forward, any come out our channel so aha AGH Politics Avenue. Political stories are trending make headlines. Ne demre na yedi bi exomo ewa haya. Any day me ahura ksemu. Mesra okse emo wura insemu. Empanyimfo ka bibi se wo fiefi efunani a eya ohu insaman. Remove Chief Justice Torkonoos. Ebeya enka wonte ne ho ase na nka wonko pene baby entra kom because Nino ma be a woye no ensan ABB nsem foforo so. This time around, etimi adrage eye ni kunu no into legal battle. According to source, Nana ya jantoa allege say ni kunu no enso etimi receive eye per DM from her wife. Mesrek say kakumo hu ye gene kwakonum yemonwrem na yehwe ne yekọ ene de ba. Aha AGH Politics Avenue.
Auntie, good morning, Beatrice. Today, I'm saying greetings to my people in Ashanti region, and my condolences is my family. But I'm saying my condolences, and I will be there. But I have to come and finish this assignment. You know, everybody knows that Asante Hima is gone, and Asante Ma is in mourning. So this morning, I stand with my people, my family, to mourn our mother, who will be buried today. Beatrice, Kofi is not speaking again. He's spoken enough. Yes.
Please go ahead with your point.
And he hasn't said anything. He's saying somebody is emotive. Kofi is more emotive than anybody else. Kofi is my brother. He is more emotive. Everything that he's saying, he's putting emotions into it.
I think what we're trying to do is to ensure that we stick to the facts without attacking individuals. Because I didn't think it was fair for him to describe. I did tell him that it wasn't fair to describe Madam Ayane's comments as emotional. So I don't think it would be fair for you to also describe his as such.
Him because you see, the point is that he has no right to say that Auntie Ayane's this thing. Thoughts and contributions are unsolicited. What he's also saying might be unsolicited to somebody else. I don't know whether he's one of the legal advisors to the CJ. The way he sold this thing about it. It is very wrong for Kofi to speak like that, especially speaking to a woman. It does not look well. And an elderly woman as such. So he should not, you shouldn't allow him to be on radio, TV, to be talking like that.
I think I did tell him.
Yes,
so
but
I wanted to get the point you're making.
He kept on saying it in other ways. Yes.
And I'm just waiting to reply to him.
Auntie, don't reply. I've done it for you. This is girls' matter. He is not supposed to be here.
So the point, I just want your view on...
What is my view?
Yes.
I mean, this thing has happened. Kofi is telling us that there should be a judicial pronouncement. Does the Constitution say that after the process ends, there should be a judicial pronouncement? Does the Constitution say so? The Constitution, in its letter, knew that the courts were there. But for the removal of the Chief Justice and the justices of the Supreme Court, they made a provision in the Constitution. Is the Constitution not he should tell us, is the Constitution not the supreme law of the land? Is the Constitution? You see, everybody is behaving as if the Chief Justice is being vilified for nothing. And that is some witch hunt. Do you get me? The MPP are those who are interested, they know, they have the designs for witch hunting. And that is why maybe they are saying so. And I don't know why they are pushing...
Are you accusing Kofi Bentil of being MPP?
Is he not? You should tell me if he's not. He's my brother. This is not like it's not somebody
that he's on, so he has the opportunity to respond.
Yes, I know. But if he's MPP, what's wrong?
There's nothing wrong with
he should not deny it. No, there's nothing wrong. People belong to parties. There's nothing wrong. And I wasn't even referring to him on this matter. I'm referring to all the assigns, the people who are in court with her pushing her. You see, yesterday I saw something on your TV, and I was sad. The TikToker.
Yes.
Jail 7 months. This was a guy, he was alone. But behind the scenes, who was pushing him to do what he was doing? But as he was, even though he didn't even have a lawyer. And looking at how he looked like, who was pushing him to do all the things? I believe this TikTok, you need data, right? This man didn't look like somebody who can even buy anything for himself. So who was financing him to do all those things? The same way Chief Justice is being pushed to go here. Listen to Kofi. Somebody is pushing him to her to go here, go there.
She said in her affidavit that her lawyers are advising her, and she believes
but
her
lawyers. But Kofi is one of them. Is Kofi not one of them? The way Kofi is defending this matter like this, is he not one of them?
He says he's talking as a lawyer.
You see, and Kofi should not speak as if everything everybody has said is wrong. He's not a doyen of the law. He's part of it. And people interpret the law in pieces and in parts. And when we put everything together, you have a whole. Do you get me? So the Kofi is speaking as if whatever every contribution that people have given, it is null and void. It is not law. You see, the Chief Justice is. I'm happy that he said the Chief Justice is responsible for the administration of the judiciary. Because when all these things were going on, at a moment I paused and I said, everybody is saying that she's being witch hunted and all that. Let me sit back and see what's going on. I picked a letter and looked at the accusations. Then I looked for her conditions of service to see if actually she was wrong or right. Do you get me? Everybody says she was right to pay per diem to the husband and all that. When we finish, I'll send it to you. When you look at her conditions of service, clauses 9-10, it talks about official travels. And those official travels, she can go with her husband. And 50% of her per diem will be paid to her husband for that one. And on her private travels, because of security, if you go on a private travel, it's as if you're on leave. And if you're on leave, you go on your own, even if you have an official capacity. So I looked at that one. She is supposed to go with an aide, a security. Do you get me? Because of her protection. But if for any reason, you see, public service is funny. Kofi has been in private service all his life. So he doesn't know how public service works. My dear, public service, you might not have even stolen a penny. But because of procurement breaches, you'll be in trouble. Or some breach of your conditions of service. So when she was traveling, if she went with her husband on a private visit and even paid that 50% per diem, then she had already breached her conditions of service, which is not good enough. In some cases, you'll be sent to court to be prosecuted. Because not that you have stolen money, you have violated conditions of service that has been approved. Okay, so if you want to use a certain portion of a law to suit another section of the law, in public service, you write to your superior that I have this opportunity in section 910. Can you vie it for me to use this in section ABC? Because maybe on this trip, I need to go with my husband. I heard people saying that she did it, the finance people did it on her behalf, the audit. No. Now it is even clearer for me. As the head of the administration of the judiciary, you should have at your fingertips conditions of service for even your staff. Who approves it? Maybe the head of the judiciary. The administrative head, she is. So when they put the paper before you, they bring you a voucher. You know what you are signing. Maybe the finance director will sign it on her behalf. But they will bring it to you. When you are going, you sign for your per diem. Your husband will have to come and sign. So she didn't see, as a lawyer, a Supreme Court judge, somebody who has gone through the ropes, did not see that what she was signing for her husband or what her husband was coming to sign was wrong.
So you obviously disagree with Kofi Bento's argument.
I'm saying that Kofi is not talking about what happened. You see, when Mrs. Sophia Akuffo was speaking, she never said that Auntie Saba was right. She said that this does not deserve the punishment that she's getting. But who determines that? Somebody wrote a petition according to this constitution. Is Kofi telling us that the procedure in Article 146 has not been used? If it has not been used, then it's a different matter. if it has been breached by step, even if somebody sends a petition and says that you did not look at my face properly and you squeezed your face and you pouted your lips at me, I write a petition and it goes before a committee as stipulated in the Constitution, and the committee believes that what the person is saying is very, very verifiable, that you did it. Do you get me? The committee can recommend. Number 2, Kofi, you are a lawyer and you are within the justice system. Me, I am not a lawyer. The people who sat on this committee, does Kofi doubt their credibility? If Kofi doubts their credibility, then the same Supreme Court that the woman is going to, the people are there. Is Mahama not there? Is the second one, I don't remember his name. Is he not there? Do you get me? These are the people who are there and their colleagues. So if you think that a Supreme Court judge who represents the Supreme Court sat on your case and did not do right, why then do you think that today you have to go to the Supreme Court?
The arguments, Mr. Bentel, as well as those who are supporting the Chief Justice's decision to go ahead to petition this case, is that she is within her right to take this, to exhaust the process as far as she wants to.
You say, my sweetheart, I am asking you, did this Constitution say that when you finish, when the judgment is given by the committee, you have to be running around?
It doesn't entirely say that, but
does it even give provision that when this thing happens, you can go to the court and do this and do that? It does not say anywhere. It is when the committee bring their verdict, they have brought it. And it's everybody, you see, we should stop also conjecturing. I'm telling Kofi.
But she's Torkonoos is actually challenging even the committee that was set
Didn't
up
she sit there
to look into it.
Why did she go there?
In this latest affidavit.
No, I'm saying that if you challenge it, you shouldn't be there. You should say that I have no confidence in this committee and I'm not coming.
She had already complained, even at her press conference.
It is not about complaining. I'm saying that the noises, the law is the law. No matter the noises that you make, you squeeze your nose, you pout your lips, you bat your eyelids, the law is the law. And she taught us that the law, but you don't stop me. You gave Kofi 20 minutes. She taught us, we are laughing, she taught us that the law is the law. Do you guys, Kofi was talking. She told us. So me, I go with Auntie Rodalyn.
Yeah, because she wanted to also respond to Mr. Bentel, and I'll get his final word, then we'll move on to a second subject.
She's not going to respond. I've done it for her. So the point is that, Auntie, don't talk. If you want me to add more, I'll add it
but
for you.
But she says she wants to talk.
No, she'll talk about that, but the response, they have done it.
So if you could wrap up for me.
So that's what I'm coming to. So you see, you
but you've spoken for some time.
20 minutes.
I've been fair to
you.
No,
you haven't. I have been timing Kofi. 20 minutes.
Please go ahead with your point.
So I am saying that the law is the law. For me, has procedure been breached?
You do not think so?
I do not think so. This is procedure. And I've told you, conditions of service. One of the points is very strong. This is what the conditions of service says. And you have breached it as the head of the administration of the judiciary.
And I want to get your final thought on this subject, and we'll go to the individuals, the deportees who are suing Ghana for what they claim to be abuse of the right. Madam Ayana, you wanted to make some final comment on this, and then I'll get that last
you
question
don't need
to
Kofi again.
No, I'm just going to say that, you know, if he thought that
as a justice of the Supreme Court. Now, we've been monitoring how this has been developing, and in the motion, which was filed through her counsel, Justice Torkonoos is seeking multiple declarations, and we're going to get into that shortly. A number of reliefs that she's seeking as well, including the many multiple declarations as well that she's asking for in the grounds of this particular application that she has then filed. In fact, she's indicated a number of things, that the president acted outside the powers conferred by the 1992 Constitution when he issued a removal warrant on September 1, 2025, which stripped her of both the office of the Chief Justice and as the Justice of the Superior Court of Judicature. Now, this matter, on the same day, September 1, if you recall, the early afternoon of September 1, that was when the decision of her removal was communicated by that letter from the presidency, signed by Phyllis Kwachu-Fosu, that the president acted upon the recommendations of this 5-member committee. Before they would end that day, we got a copy of this warrant that she talks about. So these are the reliefs that the former Chief Justice is seeking in this fresh application, which, we understand, was filed today. Take a look. A declaration that the president is devoid of power to remove a justice of the Superior Court from office without recourse to the mandatory procedure set out in Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. So the president cannot do that without a reference to that mandatory procedure. And so what is this mandatory procedure that the former Chief Justice talks about? That she goes into some specifics in the Relief B. A declaration that jurisdiction to hear a petition for the removal of a Chief Justice of the Superior Court from office lies with a body properly constituted under Article 1464. She says that that power to remove the justice of a superior court from office lies with a body properly constituted under Article 1464 of the 1992 Constitution. So what does Article 1464 of the 1992 Constitution specifically state? And it's one that we'll get into shortly. Also, she is seeking a declaration that the warrant of removal executed by the president dated 1st September 2025 purporting to remove the applicant, that's Justice Torkonoos, hearing from both the office of the Chief Justice and the office of a Justice of the Superior Court of Judicature is unlawful, null, void, and of no effect. In fact, all of these, and there are a few more reliefs that she's seeking, all of this is reflected in the sentiments that she expressed about this entire process, even before her removal. And let's recall that press conference that she addressed and the sentiments that she expressed, because it's captured in the last two reliefs, which we'll get into shortly. But take a look at this.
Unfortunately, every step of the removal process being undertaken against me is being done in a manner that breaks every rule on how justice is delivered in our country. And this is why I find the need to draw the nation's attention to the serious violations of the Constitution and law in the process, and the danger it holds for the development of the nation's democracy. Unfortunately, every step of the removal process being undertaken against me is being done in a manner that breaks every rule on how justice is delivered in our country. And this is why I find the need to draw the nation's attention to the serious violations of the Constitution and law in the process, and the danger it holds for the development of the nation's democracy.
And this is the warrant that she wants quashed, essentially. No, go put that on the screen. This is the warrant that she references in the reliefs that she's asking for. This is the warrant that the president, in fact, wrote to Justice Gertrude Eraba Sabat Torkonoos, sealing the entire process of her removal. Now, therefore, know ye all men that I, John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, in pursuance of the said Article 1469, do hereby remove the Chief Justice, the said Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Torkonoos, from the office of Chief Justice and Justice of the Supreme Court. So it is the second part of the power of this warrant that the former Chief Justice is now challenging. Because this warrant removed her from office of the Chief Justice and Justice of the Supreme Court with effect from the date hereof. That's 1st September. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the presidential seal to be affixed at Accra this 1st of September 2025. That is what underlines this fresh application.
We and some of the team course or channel so Mama not so Jim Ewa. So bad India don't be Edomia, Unia, a Bessambo Rem near Sumo Council Kosokra, a GH Politics Avenue.